Hi everyone, today I wanted to go ahead and take a look at some of the new polling because we have been getting a lot of new polling recently. So we'll go ahead and take a look at 538 polls. I've got a lot to say about that. Take a look at some of the Real Clear Politics polls and also take a look at some specific new polls in state Senate races. So not like the state Senate, the national Senate in each of the states. So I wanted to go through all of those things. But firstly, let's just take a look here at Trump's approval because it's not. I'm not gonna say Trump is doing all that well. So let's go ahead and take a look at presidential approval. All right. So you can see here clearly since the coronavirus crisis pretty much started in March, April, Trump has, or it sort of started in February, right? But he was sort of on the uptick, but then now he's been slowly but surely going down in his polling. Right now he's at 40.7 to 55.9, and that's really sort of that's concerning. And I know I did the segment where I went and took a look at day 1250, but day 1260 it looks even worse for Trump actually now, just because of all the things that have been going on. But if we go ahead here, show more polls, it's just disaster after disaster for Trump right now. 52, 52, 52, 56, 52, 57, 54, 56. All of these show Trump is above 50% with his approval, and he's sort of hovering around that 40% mark in terms of his approval as well. Alright, but moving on to the main segment of today. Right now, if you take a look here at the general election polls, the national polls here, Biden plus 5, Biden plus 12. This Monmouth University, it's A plus rated. I mean, this alone should there should be alarm bells ringing in Trump HQ right now. And then when you've also got polls, I know there's another poll here that shows Trump plus 4, but if Texas is even in play for Biden, I mean, that should be disaster strikes again for Trump. If we take a look here at the US Senate, these two polls are pretty good for the Republicans. Cornyn holding on. In Texas, MJ Hager only at 35%. I believe that is MJ Hager. And then here in the main Senate race, Sarah Gideon is losing to Susan Collins. Savage, I believe that is Lisa Savage. I think she's running for the Green Party there in Maine, but it's worth noting that there is ranked choice voting, so you would expect a lot of her support to move over to Gideon's support in the end. Okay, if we take a look here, we've got a bunch of new polls here. So we've got Colorado, despite Hickenlooper's stumbles, he's still plus 11, which is pretty impressive considering all the scandals that have followed him. In Arizona, you've got Kelly plus 7 here, Kelly plus 9 over here, McSally plus 4. That's actually okay for McSally, but it's worth noting that here Kelly is at 53 when he's leading, and he's at 50% when he's leading over here, whereas when McSally's leading, she's not at 50%. So it's better to be at 50% so that there will be less undecided voters that could swing to the other person. But I mean, there's just disaster. I mean, just taking a look at this Montana poll here, Steve Bullock is plus 4. I mean, that right now, that is really, that's not good for Steve Daines at all. So there you go, battle of the Steves there in Montana. But there's just bad poll after bad poll here for Trump. If we take a look here, that you've got a bunch of polls here. Biden leading, Biden. Democrats, Hale, Wright. You know, I don't even know who Wright is, but anyway. And in Missouri, Mike Parson only plus 7. There is just so many disasters right now for the GOP And that's further exemplified when you take a look at some of the state polls. So in North Carolina right now, Real Clear Politics average shows Cunningham at 43.7, Tillis at 40.7. So there's a lot of undecided voters in this race, so that's going to be interesting. Cunningham right now plus 3.0. I mean, if you just take a look here, Cunningham plus 3, Tillis plus 1, Cunningham plus 2, Cunningham plus 4, tie there, and then Cunningham plus 10. You can see right now Thom Tillis is running as the underdog. Trump is at an underdog right now. In the Gary Peters Michigan race, Peters right now up 10 points. So that's going to be interesting to look. John James is actually quite an interesting candidate. He ran in Michigan in 2018. It's going to be interesting to see if he can do any better in 2020. And this is just one of the worst states right now for the Republicans. You know, some had thought McSally would be able to hold it, but right now it looks as though Mark Kelly is a big favorite going in. And you could say, you know, Kelly's margin is sort of decreasing here, because you can see it's sort of gone from plus 13, plus 9 down to McSally plus 4. But overall, I mean, this is not good for Donald Trump, and there's just sort of, I mean, disaster after disaster right now in here. And then if you take a look at the Texas Senate race, Cornyn versus West, Cornyn only plus 10, plus 11. We did have a few others, so we're not sure right now who's going to actually be the nominee. Texas, so, alright, so if we take a look here, Joe Biden leading plus 1 in Texas, so that's very concerning. Regardless of who do you think will do a better job on the issues. And then here MJ Hagar 36-46, and then Royce West 47-37. So you could say Hagar's more electable in the general. If we take a look here, Georgia Senate, Perdue versus Jon Ossoff. Perdue is a plus 3 right now, favorite there in Georgia. But right now there are very clear signs. I mean, just taking a look here, CNBC Change Research, yes, it is sort of leaning Democratic, but all of these here, all these swing states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Florida, Arizona, all of them Biden is leading in. And then if you also take a look here at New York Times, Siena, this made the rounds very recently. Florida, Biden plus 6. Wisconsin, Biden plus 11. Michigan plus 11. Pennsylvania plus 10. North Carolina plus 9. Arizona plus 7. So there's a lots of things going wrong for the Republicans, and I mean, I don't really know what I would say to them, how they can fix it. What I would say is you need to get your president under control. You need to have him go out, make a speech on coronavirus, make a speech on race relations, and I mean, I guess it's not how he won in 2016, but right now, they need a campaign reboot. They need a new strategy, because right now it's not working. And if the election were held today, I would say Biden would probably win in excess of 330 electoral votes. So disaster is, and the Democrats would take the Senate by like 52-48 right now. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And again, I'm not saying it can't tighten. I'm just saying they need something quick, and they need something good, and they need it quick. So thank you for watching, and good night.